Hello students, today we are going to discuss and understand the lesson The Rattrap written by Selma Lagerlöf. Selma Lagerlöf was a Swedish writer who was the first female writer to win Nobel Prize in Literature. Her most remembered book is The Wonderful Adventures of Nils. She wrote several books including novels and collection of stories. Let's understand the theme of the lesson The Rattrap. The Rattrap provides a glimpse into human nature. It emphasizes the fact that everybody has an essential goodness deep inside, which can be awakened through love and understanding. The story highlights the fact that there is an essential goodness in every human being. At times, due to circumstances and situation, a person kills his conscience, but the same man, when bestowed with love and affection, exhibits a totally different side of his character. Let's understand the summary of the lesson. This story deals with a peddler who sells rat traps of wire that he begged for or had stolen. He is a vagabond and has no home to live in and many times no food to eat. Life is very difficult for him. One day, an idea occurred to him that the entire world is a rat trap and shelter, food, clothing, comforts, luxuries are like baits to entrap the people. This idea amused him and satisfied him as he was deprived of all these things. All his life he has been insulted, humiliated and exploited by the people. Nobody welcomed him or was kind to him. One winter evening, the peddler was wandering and found a cottage by the roadside. In order to ask for the night shelter, he knocked at the door. He was surprised to get a warm welcome from the host. He was offered not only shelter but food and tobacco too. The host was a small crofter. The crofter entertained him with game of majolus and shared with him the secret of his earning of 30 kroners which he collected by selling milk. He was involved in milk production. Next day, when they both left the house, the peddler came back and stole the money. The same money which was shown and shared by the crofter as he trusted him. He decided to walk through the woods instead of taking a road so as to avoid being caught. But as the night fell, he lost his way in the forest. He was completely exhausted, hungry and cold. He then realized that he was probably walking around the same spot. At this point, he was reminded of the rat trap and began to feel that the dark forest with its trees, trunk and branches was like a rat trap in which he was caught. Having been lured by the 30 kroner that he had stolen, fortunately enough, the peddler heard the sound of hammer strokes from an iron mill. Following the sound, he reached Ramsjo Iron Works. He slept near the furnace where the owner of the mill saw him and mistook him to be his old regimental comrade Nils Olive. The ironmaster invited him to his house, which was refused by the vagabond. But when the ironmaster's daughter Edla Wilmanson came and persuaded him to come along with her at their home and spend the Christmas Eve with them, he agreed to the same. The peddler could not say no to the daughter of the ironmaster as she was compassionate, polite and kind. Peddler was given proper food and comfort at the ironmaster's house, though Edla was not convinced that a captain from the army could fall to such poor state. Her father said that after the bath and change of clothes he would emerge polished as a captain. But on the contrary, when the tramp was given a bath and shaved next morning, the ironmaster realized his mistake when he found that the peddler was not his old comrade. At this point, Edla allowed him to stay and spend the Christmas with them. Next morning, Edla and his father learnt in the church that a tramp had robbed a crofter and immediately apprehended. that this was the same man. They thought that he would have taken all their silver, but when they reached home, they found that nothing had been stolen. The tramp had already gone. He had left a rat trap as a Christmas present for Edla, along with a note and 30 kroner. In his note, he had requested that the stolen money was to be returned to its rightful owner. He told Edla that having been treated with so much dignity and having had his status elevated to that of a captain, he felt that he could not embarrass them. He signed himself as Captain One Style. Thank you and best of luck.